Hello. A sneeze. Hello. Hi. Welcome to my stream. I am SolarLune. I'm an independent game developer and musician and stuff. Sorry for kind of starting late. Um, yeah, apologies. sorry for starting a little bit late. But welcome to my stream. I am an independent game developer. I'm the creator of Master Plan, which is an indie a project planning software, which is project planning software for indie game devs primarily. That's how I'm planning this project that I'm working on. And I'm also the creator of Tetra 3D, which is a 3D renderer, which is the rendering engine or rendering framework for the project I'm working on. And the project I'm working on today here is It Breeds Fear, which is a 3D adventure game, basically. Yeah. So, hello, welcome. How's everybody doing? Uh, Missed Monday or took a break on Monday. I had a personal day, basically took a personal day. And now I'm back and doing more stuff with Tetra 3D. So I'll go ahead and type a little bit more about, or talk a little bit more about what I've done and show what I've done. Carl Otto says, hi, I'm SolarLune and I am more amazing than I think I am. I am not. That is incorrect. Anyway, hold on, let me pull this up real quick. All right. All right, so yes, let us see what is going on there. Let us see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. So the last time we left off, I was talking about implementing paths, and I did implement paths in your face. No, I'm kidding. Not in your face. Thank you for stopping by the way. But yeah, I'll show what I got so far. And also, thank you very much for watching the stream. If you want to support development and stuff, please check out the links in the description, Patreon, itch, Steam pages. Definitely appreciate it. And also Discord is in the link or in the description. Yes. Okay. Yes. So whoops. Sorry about that. About banging the mic. Lucretius, what's up? How's it going? And hello to everybody in chat. Hello. So paths. I implemented paths. So now a path in Blender, which is a curve, a NURBS curve, or a path object. It seems like they're all basically the same in terms of their underlying data. It's just, at least I think they are. It's just maybe some options that you have to tweak them here, but otherwise it's just basically like points on a spline. So this is the neighbors. Actually, before I forget, let me change the GUI scale so it's a little easier to see. There we go. Go back to layout. But yes, this is the neighbor's path. So you can see it here. It starts here, goes around, across the street, crosses again, goes in front of the house, and then it basically is a closed path. So you can see this line. This line here is not a line I made. It's just basically the closing of the path. And let me reload. And in Tetra 3D here, okay, it is just this. In Tetra 3D here, we have two new objects to facilitate this. One is the path object, which is basically, it's just a node, but it has points. So basically the idea is this path object is converted to a node, just a single node in Tetra 3D, and each of these points are added as children. So that child, each of these points becomes basically a list of children. Sorry for pumping the mic. A list of children, and then we can step through it in sequence to move around the path. A path is closed or not, and otherwise that's it. And then the other object is the path follower, which is basically what actually makes paths usable. You can go ahead and advance down a path either by percentage or by distance. So for example, if you go by percentage, then like 10% will be greater or less depending on the size of the path, whereas advanced distance allows you to advance by a certain number of units. So that's basically what you would probably want to use is advanced distance more so, because that allows you to say like, oh, this character is moving at a rate of, zero point 0.1 units per frame, something like that. And so there's a new example that shows this as well. So if we go to examples and run the example, we can see this cube is walking around or moving on a path, which you can see here. If we press 1, it'll stop moving. If we press right or left, we can move forward or back down on the path by a certain number of units. So you can see the kind of the differences, or you can, that's the real like thrust of why you would use it. So this is cool. This is very nice. It gets the job done. Yeah, so that's paths. So yeah, so that's the implementation. That's the new thing in Tetra 3D. There's not been a release with it yet. I'm waiting to merge in a PR by the creator of the GLTF Go library I'm using. He made some changes to Tetra 3D to load GLTF files like a lot faster, which is very good. So I wanted to merge that in before I go ahead and make a release. But anyway, as for the game, so there's a couple new things. One is, we can see this dude is now walking on the path. Also, I think, let me check to see there we go. And apologies for the flickering. I still have to fix these fences. I haven't done that yet. So he stops periodically. Previously, the system or the idea I had was to like allow you to put properties on path points, which I still think is a really cool idea that I don't even know if a lot of engines allow you to do. I feel like I'm sure they must, but at the same time, I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like one of those things that they should definitely allow you to do, but I haven't, I'm not sure. But it was kind of complicated, so I decided to leave that for another time. Now, the way that this character, the neighbor, is pausing, or just, stopping periodically, it's just him basically stopping every, like, random amount of seconds, and then he starts a random amount of seconds later. So it's just, rather than stopping on specific points during the path, he just stops sometimes. Excuse me, which is more realistic, I think. Except for stopping in the middle of the street, but because the street has cones, no cars would be going down it, I suppose, so that's fine. Although I do want traffic, I do want cars. I guess I can make this like an intersection over here and then have cars be passing by. Or something like that. I do want cars, so I'm not sure how I would make it work. And then also, I started working on the construction site. So there's a little trailer here. You can check out. And then there's also this dude who's very jumpy. The hat is like, I think it's something's up with the hat. I have to fix it. Hold on. But this is the general vibe. This is the general vibe. So we'll see if we can get this if we can get this like fogging. It's already kind of foggy. It's already pretty sick. The hat, I think, let's see, what's the issue here? Is it, we can just merge this in with the original. Oh wait, that's why. Okay, let's flip this or apply the mirror, then merge it. Then I think think his limbs need to be on a separate draw call. Limbs and head. Yeah, that might help. Okay. Cool. We now can export this. All right. I think I talked about this previously, but I also fixed up dependent libraries. So like if you have in this example, now I'm not sure why the chairs like are messing up on their draw calls. Actually, I guess I do know. Never mind. Let me fix that. So this is a folding chair, as you may imagine, may be able to imagine. This is a folding chair. We will split this right around there. I think that should be good. Go back to street, save, export. Okay, so yeah, dependent libraries. So the way that I basically made this, if you have a library, if you have a collection that's linking in from an external blend file, like in this example, the player, the neighbor, the construction worker, they're all in a different blend file. When you link them in and export the Tetra 3D file, it basically says, hey, I'm expecting objects from a different blend file. And now you have a function that you can specify when you load the GLTF file that allows you to pass any libraries that it might expect. So, which is good because that allows you to basically have external, blend files and stuff, external GLTF files, and you could even use this for modding. So like if you wanted to have a game where the player can actually like change the player character by exporting their own model to a GLTF file, you could do that because it's not all like mushed together into one GLTF file, which is nice. Yeah, so for the example of this, let's go to scene. Oh no, assets. And when we go to load a GLTF file, this is what I'm talking about. In the GLTF load options struct, you can specify a dependent library resolver function, which says basically if a GLTF file is expecting another one, it will call this function. Oh, hold on. Basically if there's a dependent, if you're loading something like a level file, or in this case maps, and it's using object nodes. I keep tapping my microphone, sorry. You're using nodes from a different blend file. When you go ahead and load that level map GLTF file, it will say basically, hey, here's the like path to the blend file I'm expecting. How do I resolve this? Like I need a library that contains the stuff that I need to instantiate into this scene. And so you can use this function. You can define your own function and say, for example, load the blend file, or whatever. You can do whatever you want to resolve this. So in this case, I'm just passing a map because all of my stuff is just in like a couple of GLTF files so far, just humans and then the maps. So we'll see if I need to load more, but for now this is fine. Okay, so that's that. We fixed the. Let's see if that fixed the construction worker. Let's check it out. Understood. Okay. It's not perfect. Not perfect, but yeah, it's not too shabby. I'm not sure why it's like why there's, well, it works at certain angles. Yeah. So the thing that I changed is basically how this is working, like what's going on here. I want the camera actually to just be like right here. Maybe it seems like that would be cool. We could have a little bit of dynamic camera movement and stuff like that, so we can do cool stuff with that. But what's happening is that when we switch the camera, we are, where's the script? When we switch the camera, we are, hold on. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, the camera, when we switch to this camera, it's basically like setting this camera to be the camera helper camera, which is fine, but then it also is like tracking, it's like moving and stuff. We don't want that. So we're gonna, I guess, do something like this. We'll say something like that. Carl says, it's looking great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Glad to hear it. I guess I could do it this way. That might be better. Let me think. Hold on. Rather than locked. No, I guess this is fine. I think what I'm gonna do it this way. There we go. Oops. Maybe it's a slightly viewpoint. Yeah, that might be better. Carl Otto says, I'm currently restoring a server from backups, hardware failure. Glad I'm paranoid about good backups. Most stuff is back online an hour and a half later. Yeah, that's good. Clamario Jenkins says, your dev streams are awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I normally have viewpoint music going, but I'm pogging right now. I don't have food in my system. I'm I'm not hungry yet, but I will get hungry at some point. But I don't even care because I'm doing pretty good right now. We don't need to do this anymore. Okay, this is better. I also changed the. I'm not sure how I like this, but basically, previously, if you wanted to find a node, in the scene tree, what you would do is something like this. I guess I'll just go here. So basically, if you wanted to do, or I guess I'll go to scene. It's probably better. If you wanted to find a node in a scene tree, you would go to, for example, scene, the Tetra 3D scene, and you would say, for example, scene.graph.root, and you could either use get to get a path to the node directly, or you could use find by name or find by tag or something like that, which is fine, but you can't filter down from that. And you also do a lot of like stuff like this, where it's like if for example, if you know that an object exists, or well, not even if you know if an object exists. Let's just say you wanted to like find an object. You would go scene.graph.root dot find by name player, and that would be if it's like a wildcard or not. Let's say you knew the player was always named player. And so you would say, for example, player list is this, player list is not equal to nil, or I think it would never be nil. Length player list greater than 0, then you would say player is equal to player list 0 dot, whatever. If you need it to be a player, whatever, it might be just a node. So that's a way to go, but it's a little complicated. It's a little lengthy, and it doesn't really do what you need it to do. If you need to filter down multiple times, like if you're looking for maybe a camera that's underneath a specific node by a name or by a tag. So instead, what I do now is I say root children recursive. So this gives you all the children, right? And this returns not a list of a slice of nodes, but rather a node filter, which is a slice of nodes, but it has additional functions to pare down the slice. So you can say, oh, I want to look for children that have the name player, and give me the first one. So now you don't have to do this part. You can just say player is this. And if player is not equal to nil. So now you don't have to have that part. You can assume that this is basically true. So you can chain these together, like this. Something like that. Like if you wanted to look for example, the second, like player 2, you could say, look for players and then look for ones that have the P2 tag or something like that. Assuming that there were, like if you had a game where you controlled multiple characters in a game, and it was a multiplayer game, something like Super Mario 3D World, where you had, I think it was the clone cherry or the cherry power up, where each, like if you get the cherry power up, you control like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever Mario's or Peach's or whatever character you controlled. This would allow you to basically look for specific, to kind of pare it down. But then again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if, I don't know if I like this. It feels a little wordy, but I'm not sure if there's a way around it. It feels kind of like it is what it is. I don't know. Maybe children recursive could just be children, and you provide a function, provide a variable to say whether it should be recursive or not. But I don't know. That feels, yeah. I think it's better to be just wordy, I think. By name, by tags. I don't know. I have to see. This has been something I've been thinking about a lot, where it's like, should I allow you to filter things down? I like the idea, but I can't really see a situation where you would need to that often. It feels more like it's useful when you need it, but you don't need it that often. You might need it only once or twice in a game, where you're like, oh yeah, I need to filter, I need to find this thing that's like, it's got these tags and this name, and I need to search for both of them rather than just one. I don't know. Anyway, that's also new. Anyway, let's see if this fixed the issue that we were kind of thinking about. There we go. Yeah, cool. I kind of like that the player can kind of block the view, because it kind of gives a little bit more of a sense of place and feel. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that you can kind of like be in the way of the camera. Yeah. Do I dare put a camera on this dude? I guess I could. Let's see. Let's do it. Why not? Why not like have some fun with it? Let's put a camera on this guy because he's walking around. What if we put a camera on his armature? Because that rotates, right? I think that rotates. So let's put a camera. If only, if for nothing else, let's just do it just to see how kind of it would look. We will move it up like that. Move it out. What's the field of view? Can we get like a wide field of view? Can I snap? Okay, just snap. Characters look great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Glad to hear it. Okay. Let's move this up here. There we go. I was trying with FBX, but it wasn't working. You support exporting cameras for Blender? Yeah. I should probably consider switching to GLTF too. Yeah, GLTF works. The kind of weird thing about cameras is that because I guess because the angle of cameras or the way cameras work in GLTF compared to Blender are different in terms of like the axes involved. So in order for them to be correct, in case you wanted to like animate a camera, GLTF inserts a correction node into the tree. So for example, in this example, I have the camera parented directly to this armature for my neighbor character. But when I go into Tetra, it will be the armature, then like a correction node, and then the actual camera, because the axes for forward, up, and right are different in Blender compared to GLTF, and compared to the standard that GLTF uses. So that's a little weird. I think lights are similar. Similarly, they do the same thing. They have a correction node. But it's not too big of a deal. All right, that's exported. It's taking longer to export, even though I only have three objects, three characters. These aren't particularly wavy characters either. There's only probably a few hundred, maybe a couple thousand triangles here. I'm not sure what's taking. Oh, it must be the animations probably, actually. Yeah, it's probably animations. I have a few here. Could be that. I'll have to see if there's a way to kind of make it run a little faster, but I'm not sure if there's anything I can do about it, depending on where the time is going. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay, so this should be working pretty well. Should be export slightly slower to do the armatures. Yeah, probably. Construction dancer looks like he's it looks like he's break dancing. He kind of does, yeah. Exporters often set the armatures to the rest pose for export and back up their current position. Yeah, it could be that because it has to export each of these nodes. It has to give export their poses and stuff. Okay, that must be what it is. Don't say, oh wait, what's the name of the camera that we just added for this dude? Neighbor talking camera. Save. Okay. All right. So we can give it a shot, see how this goes. We will go to scripts. We will go to neighbor. There we go. See how that goes. Oh lordy. That's weird. Yo, that's weird. I mean, obviously there's a rendering issue, but also it's like it's weird to like turn with the character. I kind of would want it to like be there. I don't know. I don't know if I even want this, if I want to have this. I mean, I really do like the change of perspective. Um, I like, being able to see the stuff in the background, and, it definitely has a different feel. Yeah, it definitely has a different feel. The near and far is also like super far. It needs to be, I think, 50 to properly have I mean, the fog is always on, but because the far plane was so far, it didn't look like there was fog. So I don't know if I want this. I don't know. I like the idea. I like the look of it. Yeah, like I like the fog. I like the janky graphics. I just have to fix the draw order. I'm not sure why the draw order is incorrect. Because his head is... Oh. No, yeah, his head is definitely closer. Oh, his draw order is... That's strange. The depth texture is like completely thrashed for him. What's the near plane for this? Clip starts 1, 0.1. Definitely should be enough. Let's move it back a little bit. Yeah, I like the idea. I like the idea and the general feel, but I'm not sure if I want it. Flip your art. I think it's really cool. Maybe you just need to tweak it. Yeah, I think it's definitely appealing. I'm just not sure if I like it. Okay, well, yeah. I guess it's just too close to the point where the depth texture was just like failing because he was just so close to the camera. Maybe I'll keep it. I do like it. I do like it a lot. But I think that can we get it to go to the camera or through the fence? That's something else I kind of like is that there's like you can talk to people through fences, just because I don't have raycasting, so like there's no raycast ability to like tell if there's an object between me and something else. Is my depth linear? I don't. Yeah, I think it is linear, but I don't think that's the reason why it wasn't working up close. Because even up close, it should have still like had data. I think it just didn't have data for some reason. Yeah, I like that you can talk to people through fences. That's cool. Yeah, I kind of like it. I kind of like this feel. It feels very very cool. I'm not sure if I want it to like swing around like that. That feels a little weird. But yeah, I like the idea. I like the idea here. Let's go back to maps here. I think this needs to be taller if we're gonna keep it the way it is. So let's keep that up. I guess we can just... All right, let me just reload because I don't know what the heck that was. Okay. game, I swear, is gonna be sick, man. Yes, something like that. There we go. Death Camera might not be using the same clipping planes. Yeah, that's a possibility. I'll have to. Oh wait. Let me see something here. That might be the case. Let's see. Also, let me get some music now that I'm in earnest developing. Oh, sorry, it's loud. I didn't. I completely forgot. That's probably loud for you guys. There we go. Yeah, why not? All right. Let's see here. Camera. Okay, let's see. Draw. No, draw. There we go. Yeah, I think it was being crushed. Let's see. Depth is vert transform 2 divided by far. It might be. Yeah, I don't think that's wrong, but it could be that we need to add near into here. Or subtract near from there. It's possible. Cool. Okay. We can't like. No, we can't. Okay. Some dirt in here. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. I've been instructed to say I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Let's see, what color could we make dirt? I mean, brown, of course, but I feel like we can kind of push it a little bit. Let's go with something like that for... Wait, was there something there? Did I overwrite? That's weird. Huh, okay, never mind. Looks like kind of like cement more so, but that's fine. Cool. Oh, wait. Let's move this to here. What if we, like... did a little bit of this action? We've got a little bit of fun with it. Just a wee bit of fun. There we go. I was like, it's so, like, jank. Okay. Construction worker camera. Alright, so now... Oh, wait. Let's go back. We have to add this to the collection. There we go. Save. There we go. There it is. Cool. Alright. Oh Lord! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh Lord! Okay. Good. Oh my. he looks sick. He looks actually sick. He looks actually sick. Like he's not feeling well. All right. Well, he's gonna need his hat. We will duplicate this hat because it needs to be backface, not backface gold. Save that. This also, can we have, okay, cool. Cinematic. Seems like you've been cranking it out right now. Like now it's not that hard. Now we're I think we've kind of reached the zenith, the horizon, I believe. All right. It's still like the draw order is messed up. I think maybe the hat should be drawing on top. Let's see. Because it's all part of the same mesh. It's opaque. They're all opaque. Yeah. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, actually, this might be another issue of depth. The depth texture. So let's take a look at that. Let's see what's going on there. Okay, so here's the depth texture. Everything seems to be fine. But if we go talk to this guy, yeah, it's all black. Let's see what's going on. It doesn't have invalid data for the guy again. I think it definitely it doesn't have invalid data, but I do think there's something going on where the depth texture isn't getting the right information. Like the guy specifically, like if we pull the camera back, I think it works fine, just like the neighbor. So I don't think the data's in. Well, I guess in answer to your question, yes, I think you're correct. I think there's something going on with our depth texture. So we will try something else with this depth. If this is the cool thing about making your own engine, is just like you have the ability to just be like, you know what? Let me just like debug the engine while I'm making my game and just be like, is this working correctly? Okay. So this is the transform position of the vertices for his hat. X, Y, and Z. So you can see it's like 7, 6. So it's getting closer, as he gets closer to the camera, it's 6. As he gets further away, it's 8. So if we change the camera, now it's negative 0.3. So yeah, what's up with that? Why is it so... Am I using the wrong coordinate? Should it be the 4th coordinate for depth? I thought it was the 3rd. Like X, Y, and Z. I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, why is it negative 0.3? Oh, let's see. So the camera is... Let's go back over here. The camera is like... I don't know, a unit away from him. Yeah, the camera is like 0.6 away from him. Clip star is 0.1, so why is it returning negative 0.36? Let's see. It might be that our code to transform the verses isn't quite correct for Z. Or 2. Okay, so that definitely seems like it's just basically straight in, straight out. Clip to screen. Oh, we're not using clip to screen. We're just directly checking the vertices transformed. Okay. Which is here. So we're transforming the vertex position by MVP, the model view projection matrix. So why is Z... How could Z ever be less than 0? How could depth be ever less than 0? How could depth ever be less than 0? Does MVP take into account the linear clipping plane? I think it does. Let's see. VP matrix is being passed. Matrix view matrix multi projection. Let's take the projection first. Near and far. Yeah, near 2 times near 2 times near, far plus near 5 minus. Yeah, we're putting near and far both into the formula to make the near and far, or to make the projection matrix. So I believe that's correct. I believe P is constructed with near and far. Yeah, that's right. They are. Why would depth ever be less than 0? That would imply it's going through the camera when it clearly is not. Am I reading the camera near value? Z near, Z far. Field of view. Z near, Z far. Yeah, 0.1. That's correct. Let's try something real quick. Let's say we move it back, export, then run. Oh, it's... I keep pressing X. Okay. Okay, that works. I mean, it's fine if like it just can't get that close, but it's weird that it can't get that close. Depth should definitely never be less than 0. Why is this so low? 0.1? Okay, if we assume that the code is fine, then it could be that the depth... Maybe we just need to do something with the depth here? Depth is verdant transformed. Maybe it's just something like this. I don't have a depth data for the floor is also messed up. Let's see. Okay. Okay, well that definitely looks fine, but let's take a look at tighter field of view might help for getting closer. Yeah, I can adjust the field of view or move the camera. That's, you know, those are solutions. Okay, so it definitely made a difference. let's do a couple things here first. Do this, and then let's go over here to the map and move this dude closer. There we go. I don't really see any issues, but that... Oh, the hat. The hat. Yeah, the hat is rendering incorrectly. Yeah, okay. So if we go back over here and we say we want this instead... Slightly better. We're getting more colors here on the arm. But I think it might just be my code. Let's see. Far, near, far. Let's do this. Okay. Looks like he's lived a hard life. Yes. he has lived a hard life. This man is so tired, dude. He's so tired of your garbage. Okay, so near is 0.1, far is 50, depth is negative 0.005. Okay. Do we, is it just this plus near? Do we add near at the end? It might, we weren't, I'm not using influencing or putting near in, and that might be part of it. But I'm not sure if that's like enough, if that would be enough, make enough of a difference to like cause problems. We'll see. Okay, yeah, that did help. Yeah, now the hat is over his head. That's good. Over his head. Let's see. Not sure if... Yeah, the hat stops rendering. So I can't tell how far away it is. Alright, here's what we're going to do. This might be it. This seems like it might have solved the issue. What I will do is I will change this so that the... near, or the end rather, is like just 10, so that we can actually see like okay, let's see. Six 6.9. This is not quite correct. Is this not what I think it is? I was under the impression that this was basically how far away from the camera it is, but maybe it's not. Because it basically maxes out at 7 when the far plane is 10. So if we clip to screen, maybe this is incorrect. 6.9 times 1.5. Do I have to divide it by the W? Is that what I'm missing? 7. 1.587. Maybe? That might be what I'm missing. Because this depth doesn't, it's not getting there. It's just straight up not getting there. It needs to be 10 or at least close to 10. And it's just straight up not there. Oh, this is, yeah. There, okay. So, yeah, before it stops rendering, it's like right here. So it gets up to 7 roughly before it stops rendering. And those, I think it's okay for some of this to be at 7 because some of the triangles are beyond, some of the vertices of the triangles are beyond the clipping plane, which is fine. Like that because the closer vertices can be. Like if all of the vertices are too far, then they get clipped out of existence. Where is that done? Here. So maybe this is just straight up incorrect. Okay. So how do we want to do this? Because it seems like basically what we might want to do is divide the z portion of or set the z portion of the of each vertex, each vertex's transform position to be the z portion divided by w. Let me see. 3D. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. Okay, clipping, clip space. So it might be perspective divide. It might be that there's no perspective divide going on the z-axis. Do I need to do it on the z-axis? Yes. Okay. So we need to divide it by w. The depth buffer becomes nonlinear. There's a lot of z position up close, but it's less further away. That's perfect for me. That's what I want. If you try to do translations, then you won't get the results you expect. Okay. All right. So I think that's what I'm missing is I'm not dividing the w position. Yeah. So we need to do the perspective divide. So there's a couple places we need to do it. One is here. We need to divide this by v3. And then also we need to divide it by v3. A tight shot should be like 50 to 85 millimeter. Super wide. Yeah, I want a super wide field of view. That gives a kind of like weird feel to the it's not normal. It's not normal. All right, let's see. It's not like what you would expect. So I think what we need to do is we need to divide this by far. Well, we need to divide this by this, and that gives us. But see, that's the thing is we want actually to have this data somewhere because we also use it here when we're trying to call out if a triangle is visible or not. So we want to do the perspective divide elsewhere, essentially. I guess we can use this here, the p variables. that might work. Or that would work, actually. All right, here's what we're going to do. I guess what we can do is we can just do this. No, I don't want to do that. Wide shot close-ups do give an uneasy feeling. Yeah, the perspective is just like, it just kind of messes with you. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put the depth values here. I guess, did I already zoom in once? No, okay, so here we go. So I want to put the depth values, I guess we'll put them out here. I guess we'll put it out here. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna say depth 0 equals p0 2 1 2 1 2 divided by p1 3. All right, 0 2. We can put this here. This moves down here. I think this is always 0. That's fine. Even after the perspective divide, or before the perspective divide, a value that's less than 0 should be clipped. I think that's fine. But I think this is where we get kind of what we're looking for. Depths 1, depths 2, greater than camera dot far. Skip. Excuse me. Okay. Next. Okay. Backface scrolling. Okay. All right. So now we don't need near, or we can use near rather. I guess. Yeah, we don't actually have to use near. Do we? No, because it already is. No, yeah, we still need to use near. Okay. So near gets added here, I think, before dividing by far. And then we use depths I instead of that. Oh my gosh. All right. That I think is better. We don't need this anymore. Well, we can. This is fine. We can use this for debugging. So depths I is plus near. Divided by far. I think that's right. All right, let's see how this goes. As you can obviously see, nothing is rendering because the depth texture is jacked up. Let's see. I must have divided by the wrong thing. Is it not P0 2 divided by 3? Oh, it's already divided. Oh, we already did it here. Oh, my bad. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so then we don't need to do this. We already divided. Did the perspective divide. Well then, do we even need depth at all? We could just use the clipped versions. Yeah. So instead of depths, we will make this be clipped. It will be a thing of vectors. And then we can just say clipped 0 is this, clipped 1, and clipped 2. And then alright, clipped. Alright, 0. 1, 2. If clipped 0. 2. 1, 2. Clip 2, 2. And then also let's see, I guess we could loop through all of the clipped, or I guess we'll just do it this way. All right. Cool. Now down here, we don't need depths. We can just use clipped 2. And that should basically do it. Yeah, I believe that should do it. I think. Let's see. We just straight up disappeared. Let's see. But I think that might... I'm not sure why he disappears. Let's see. I'm guessing it's a like near far thing. Let's see. Oh, one. I'm not sure if the triangles are disappearing or if the something else is clipping it. Looks like something else is clipping it. I'm not sure if we are perspective dividing everywhere. Let's see. Close. Two. Let's see if okay. Gotta see what's making the triangles stop rendering. You can see the fog is definitely thicker as well, which I think is probably better. I feel it feels thicker, or at least maybe it's thinner. It feels different. Let's see. is. Okay, let's see. There's definitely something that's not working. So it's just like it's completely not rendering once we cross a certain threshold. Definitely shouldn't be cold early. We didn't change anything. Cooling hat. Why? Cooling hat. What? Why is it not rendering the object? This is weird. Zero crossing? I'm not sure what zero crossing is. We didn't change anything. I'll have to look up what zero crossing is. Calling hat. Why are things calling early now? When we didn't do anything with that stuff. Huh. What did we change? We divided the vertex position depth by V3. Okay, we don't have to do it. Do this. Clipped. We didn't change. If the value is less than 1, divide and multiply get weird. You might add 1.0 to both values. GDK says, what I miss? We were cracked, but now we're cracked. Before we were pogging. We were making stuff. We were just on fire. But then a depth rendering issue reared its ugly head, and now we're slaying the beast. Now we're tracking it down. All right, so it seems like hold on. Normalize them, normalize both values. But I don't feel like I changed anything. That's the weird thing. So that model has a radius of basically 1. It is at this position. The camera has a radius of 7.42 and is at this position. Why does the camera have a radius of 7.42? Okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it's completely unrelated. I guess it's unrelated. It's just this is another issue that we're seeing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Usually I don't have my far near and far be so tight, so I'm seeing more issues. I guess that's what it is. Oh, we have fog. We're supposed to have fog. That's right. We're supposed to have fog. This actually is fine. Hold on. Yeah, this is. I forgot. We're supposed to have fog, but for whatever reason, the fog isn't rendering. I guess because our depth values are incorrect or something. So we'll get that sorted out, and then things will be properly fading out. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. I forgot that quickly, despite the fact I was working on it like right as we were talking. Do I not have? No. Okay. We were fogging, but now we're fogging. Now we're fogging. Did I not? Was I not searching for hat? Oh, I have case sensitivity. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is what we're interested in. No, wait, why is it still disappearing so early? No, yeah, that's right. It's supposed to be foggy. Okay. I don't know why the chairs aren't disappearing early, though. Well, yeah, hold on. There might be two issues after all. So near and far. So far is 10. Radius, or it's 0.44 from the... Oh, I divided. I need to multiply. Because maybe it's already been... The perspective divide has already happened? Maybe I already did it? Like 6.63, I don't need to divide that by 1.5 because that just gives me a smaller number. I need times 1.5 to get roughly 10, which is the value I'm looking for. Maybe that's what I'm missing. But then if I've already done the perspective divide, should I undo it? V3. Let's see. Maybe that's what I need to do. We'll see. Maybe. Okay, this is more so what I expected to see. That's what I wanted. So it ends at 1.0, like right when it turns invisible. Okay. Oh my god. This fog. All right, so that I think is what we're looking for. I think. Let's see. Yeah. So it dies right at the midpoint. That is correct. So now we're pogging it again. Now you can't stop us from pogging. So as you can see, the dude he's drawing, but he's just barely drawing. Like red, basically when it's bright red, that means it's like at the end of the far plane, which is correct. So right when it's like at the end of the far plane, it turns like massive red. So if we go back over here, yep. We don't need this anymore. Let's see, clipped I2 plus near divided by far. We will cap this thusly, just to make sure we don't lose any. Well, I guess we shouldn't lose precision either way, but this is just to make sure that it doesn't wrap around or something. I don't know what would happen. Because it's like if the depth ever goes below 0, then it would basically go negative, which means things that are really close would appear further away, which is an interesting thing. Like you could turn this off and have like a really interesting like effect. I don't know. Anyway, I think we're good. We can go back here. We can set this back to be 30. We can go back over here to humans and set these cameras to be 30 as well. There we go. Save. Export. All right, so that should have solved our problem. Now we should be... Did I not save it? I did. Right? Yeah, okay. So now we should be pogging again. Now we should be back to where we were originally. We can close this, I think. We shouldn't be flooding the console, I think, anymore. All right, now the fog is really heavy, which I think is probably more correct because it felt like the fog wasn't really there previously. Now it's like noticeably heavy. Did I set? Let me see. Yeah, the fog range at the 0.8 at 80% of the far range, it's 100% foggy. And that makes sense because it's like, or that this works better, I think, than it used to, because previously I was like, I did this to basically make the fog a little bit thicker. But that's not really necessary now, I think, because we're dealing with like the full range of far to near to far. So this was, I think, what we were kind of missing before. Okay, that's better. This is better. This is better. So now we can talk to this dude. Better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Now there's no red in his, well, now it's not pure black, firstly. Now the depth layer is not pure black. And you can see it's, there's no pure red either. Like red is further back. So this is good. Close where's gate. I walk. All right, so this is good. I'm going to alter this a little bit because I don't want the fog to be so aggressive in the like first half of the camera, because it's kind of hard to see like the player. So I'm just gonna push it back a little bit and then leave it at 100% for far. So now it's kind of clear in the short range, but it's thicker in the far range. But you can't even see where you're going, which is kind of crazy. We're getting some rendering artifacts here. What's that? Oh, it's outside of the draw range. Well, that's part of it. That's part of the reason, part of the problem. What's up, dude? How you doing? Oh, that's better, dude. That's way better. Beautiful. TJK says run cycle is kind of jank, not gonna lie, was strangely endearing. Yo, you can like twist. What the heck? Yo, what the heck? Oh, you can do your own Dutch camera. Because it's rotating around. So you can just be like, I'm just gonna a little bit. What's this about? That's cool. I don't know. I kind of like that. I'm gonna take it out. That's way too weird. Yeah, you can't see anything. You can't see the house at all. So, all right, we're learning. So, this doesn't feel right. Because according to this, the end clipping is 30. And like we should be able to see basically to the end of the street. But when we play the game, we can't see, like it's cutting off before the fog ends. Yeah, why is it cutting off so early? Was I right before? But no, it was crushing the near. Was it not crushing the near? Like that's pure red. That triangle there, those triangles are pure red. So that's as far back as it gets. Oh yeah, the run cycle is jank. I do have to fix it, slash it's just gonna be jank. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do about that. Well, I don't know now. Also, I just realized this is just straight up like in the street. I need that. Yeah, it's weird. Not that jank is bad per se. Yeah, my renderer was originally called jank 3D, so I'm well accustomed and willing to have the jank. You know what? Let's turn fog off. I want to see. Let me just turn fog off real quick, because I feel like there's something going on here that's not. Yeah, it's not rendering the full scene. Why is it not rendering the full scene? And I think I'm pretty sure it's depth related. Let's go back. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Let's make this a little bit more objective. We will put it at 10, which is basically like dead center almost, horizontally. Save it, go back over here, run it. The correct solution should be correct in Blender as well as elsewhere. But that doesn't look that doesn't look off. Actually, where's the player's legs? I guess it's too far. Is that what it is? Okay. Now, if we don't do the perspective divide here, that's what it was before, right? Yeah, okay. If it's that PS1 jank, keep it. Yeah. The run cycle is definitely kind of crazy. Well, this is interesting. So if we don't perspective divide, then you can see definitely further out than you should be able to. It should basically be ending right here. But if we do perspective divide, it feels like you can't see as far as you should be able to, oddly. Like if we do the perspective divide now, or undo the perspective divide, this is correct, more so. But then when we go ahead and say like, oh yeah, you can see 30, which is out to the end of the street, it doesn't feel like you can. It feels like you are short. Like you're not seeing the entire scene. This is an interesting problem. Why is this so short? Clip to screen clip. If camera clip 02 is greater than camera 5. Yeah, it's gonna be way too slow. Let's use the hat again as a reference. Snowbazera asks, do you think it's possible to draw an isometric map with Ebiton and 3D character with Tetra? Yep. That's wholly possible. Yeah, it's totally possible. Depth is 30. That's not 30 though. Clip start, clip end. Oh yeah, but yes, it should be totally possible. The way I made Tetra was just as a generalized renderer, so you can totally use Ebiton and Tetra together. What that would probably end up looking like is drawing your 3D scene. Well, the thing that's kind of tough would be while you can totally draw an isometric map and then 3D characters on top, or the isometric map and the 3D characters behind, and let me change the music. That's completely possible. But the thing about that is you lose, there's no ability built in to draw a 2D object with depth onto the depth texture. So you would basically just be like, you know, drawing your 3D objects on top or underneath. So you'd have to handle that basically. Carl says, is it the camera angle? I don't think so. There's something that's keeping... Like this is 30 out. And it's like, we definitely should be able to see further, right? Yeah, it ends like right at the cones. But when we play the game, we don't have that kind of reach. Visually, we can't see that far. Why can't we see that far? Why is it ending here instead of like double the distance? Oh, no, we can't do that. Like, it has to be tied together. We can kick the plane out, the triangles out. We can kick the triangles. Well, actually, I'll need Steam for a sprite. We can kick the triangles out so that it doesn't render. Like we can kick the triangles out so that it renders further out, as expected, but then the depth texture would be off. More of a roadmap question, TJK says, but if you, supposing you had the chance to rewrite Tetra 3D knowing what you know now, how would you go about it? I wouldn't really make that many changes. I feel like this is pretty good. I probably would rewrite it mostly for optimization. So I would pay more attention to like how I'm storing data, how I'm passing data, that kind of stuff. But in terms of like the core functionality of how the framework works, I wouldn't really change anything. I feel like it kind of works really well as it is. Or at the very least, it's a little early to say how I would change it, because I think that I still am kind of struggling with making the engine do what it needs to do and like finding bugs and fixing them and stuff like that. So I think I would need more time to kind of like get to the bottom of what issues are, how I would solve them, how I would rewrite the framework to work better. It's a little early to comment on it, I think. I don't quite know what works and what doesn't just yet. Yeah, why is it ending so close? It's ending close. Why is it ending close? Why is it ending close? Like we can't simply like if we just say like, oh, we don't care if it's too far away. That will solve that will solve one layer of the issues, but it won't solve all of the issues. Because now you have this just like the far is just destroyed in terms of depth. That's unacceptable. Let's try this. I'm gonna rotate the camera just a little bit so I can see further out. And yeah, you can see the depth is unusable basically. Like the entire upper half is incorrect. Why is it so red? Maybe, well, yeah, let's go back. Maybe it is not correct to undo the perspective divide. Maybe I was right previously. Maybe because this is basically, let's see, from here you can see to the end of the street roughly. Yeah, okay, so from here you basically couldn't see the cones, and from here you cannot. Okay, so basically from the middle of the street, which is roughly where I am, you can't see the cones. Yeah, that's basically correct. So this is correct. We cannot undo the perspective divide. This is correct. Okay, well then, what have I been doing? why did I think it was an issue in the first place? Let's see. I have to go back and check. Let's see. Clip to screen. Okay, so if it's too far, skip triangles. Okay, I kind of remember now. So here we're skipping triangles that are too far away. And I think this is correct. Like yeah, the cones are just barely visible. Right there. Okay, that's right. So the issue that I had was due to the fog? Was that what it was? Oh, it's because at close range, like it kills the depth buffer. That's what the issue was. Yeah, okay. So it's pure black here. Why is the depth then so short? Why is the depth so, like, close? So then it's not the perspective divide. So I'll undo all these changes then, I suppose, at some point. Clipped. I mean, I guess we could just do, like, something like that, and then go here, and then say this is V3 instead of Vert3. Hopefully that's not gonna kill me. That's not gonna come back to bite me in the butt, bite me in the booty. Okay, well now the depth buffer is all messed up. I mean, it's not horribly messed up, but it's not as it's not as big as it should be. As wide. Clipped 2 divided by clip 3 plus near. Oh, I see. Clipped 2 plus near divided by clip 3. So maybe something like this. So we're undoing the perspective divide. I guess that makes sense because when you divide a number, you're doing it linearly, right? That makes sense. So maybe this is the... Nope. Alright, what if we just... bonk? Okay, so it turns red toward the end over there. Oh, my bad, not divided. Times. But see, now we get all of that red. We lose precision. Okay, so then there's something else going on. It's not this. This is not the solution. We can just completely undo these changes. None of them were worth a quarter. There's something else going on. There's something else going on. So what else could be going on? What else is the problem? That's correct. This is not. Why is this black? Do I... No. I would have to... If I was going to add in near, it would be here. Near... So we talk to him. It's all black. Why is it black? Like it's not too close. Or I guess it is too close, but why is it too close? All right. I'm going to do something that I should have done a while ago and just say I'm going to be a little bit of a hack. I'm going to hack this a little bit. If I just want to firstly see this. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're probably just going to add a buffer of like maybe 0.1 or 0.2 or something like that, just to make sure that it never is this low, because it's off by like a very small amount. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back over to humans. We're going to get, okay, this is the camera. We're going to get it as close as possible. Clip being 0.1, yeah. So we're going to get it as close as possible. Like, uncomfortably close. And then we will see how far we need to push it, and then we'll just add that like additional little bit of buffer just to make sure that it's usable in most situations. Okay, so it's off by, yeah, it's not even that big of a deal. I don't know why I didn't just do this earlier. It's off by like 0.02, 0.03. So if your range goes, depth buffer range goes from 0 to 1, it's basically 2% too close. It's losing 2%. We're gonna lose 2% accuracy to just like fix it so that it works all the time. So we'll just do that. Okay, so plus 0.2, 0.03. I'm probably not like using the near at some point. I'm not adding near into the equation somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. Like this is fine. It probably, like, it makes sense to add some kind of a buffer somewhere, a small little bit of a buffer. But where else could it be? Where else could the issue lie? Okay. Could just be from float 64 to float 32 conversion. You think so? I guess that, yeah, it could be. Am I converting to float 32 somewhere? I don't think so. Oh, I am here. Oh, yeah, that might be what it is. Yo, yar! Oh my gosh, Mr. Otto, Carl. That might be exactly that might be exactly what's happening here. Well, no, because even before we convert, it's still sub-0. So there's something else going on, but I don't care. I don't care enough to deal with it. I'm guessing it's a combination of close range and a wide field of view, because at a closer field of view, an object, like if my field of view were smaller, you would never, like, you wouldn't really like be this close to something. But yeah, here is more like doable. Depth can be negative, but still be in front of, but still be in front of the camera and not behind it. Or margin. All right, so that should kind of do it. We'll stop there. Not stop the stream, but then that should kind of resolve the issue that we're kind of running into. Okay. All right. Okay, so we can undo this. We can leave, yeah, set this back to where it was. I think it was fine the way it was. Camera can be back where it was. Export that. Oops. Oh. All right, so that should do it. I think that should solve the issue, hopefully. Yeah. There we go. Better. I'll have to animate their faces somehow, I think, at some point, but I'm not sure exactly how I would do that. Like, if I'm gonna get this close to this dude, how would I animate his face? Like, I'm pretty sure I can easily, like, just put, you know, I can, like, my issue isn't so much how would I do it? Like, how would I do UV animation? My question more so is, how would I do UV animation? Okay, there we go. Where's the traction worker? So, like, I can obviously just, like, make more... I can obviously make more, like, make this wider and add more faces here, where he's just like, you know, bob, 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 bob. That's fine. But how would I animate it? How do I animate? How would I animate this? Let's go back to humans real quick. Wait. Yeah, okay. So here's our dude. Here's his face. So we can, do we tag maybe his face? We could maybe make it a different piece. Like, we could make this its own object. It'd be cool if we could tag this through some other means. I guess I can make it so that it is a part of a different vertex group, and I can export those vertex group information. What's a face map? What's a face map? Face map without clicking. Oh, face maps can be accessed from object mode. They don't need to select armatures. I'm not sure if that would be what we need here. Maybe. Because then I guess I could move I have an idea. What if we added a bone that represents basically his position? This would be like base. And then we could go to pose mode and like move the bone around. I guess actually it should probably be like parent to root. But we can move the bone around to like slide the UV. That's an idea. It wouldn't, but I don't think we would be able to do it like live though. Oh yeah, I need to use vertex colors on the sky, I forgot. Does GLTF store keyframes? It does for bones. Like that's I can just make an animation, a bone animation to like move the face around to make a lip flapping thing. Where it's just like you know, this is 0 and then you know this is like 1 unit over or something like that. What's the alternative? I mean, like, what's the alternative? Okay. Let's do this as simply as possible. Because I don't want to have to make a whole thing for this. Because the idea I have that is basically... hold on, let's just go back. The idea I have here is... we have the face. We have the face here. And we could put it in a vertex group, but the thing about that is that now you're exporting all of these vertex groups, and they are, you know, a list of, you know, indices, I assume, which is, you know, it could be a little weighty, right? But aren't we doing that already though? We are, right? We're already exporting that. We don't have to do that. We can just give it a material. We can get all the verses on the material and use that for indicating what is the face, and then we can put the face like this part of the face on a different sprite sheet with like lip flaps, and then we just kick it through the lip flaps, and we define the animation in code, because we can't store it here. We can't animate it here. Can we not animate it here? Ziotic says, hello, how's your day today? It's going okay. It's going really well, actually. We're making progress with this. I'm feeling productive, feeling pretty good. This is like kind of the final, not the final part of a PS1 game, is figuring out how to do like UV animation, but that is one of the parts of a PS1 game, is figuring out how to do UV animation. It'd be cool if we could just duplicate the face and make another texture and then swap between them in code. That is definitely something you can do. Animation JSON with texture offsets and delays, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do this, because I have an idea that would work. I'm pretty sure it would work, but the thing is, I want it to be kind of like easy. It feels like this is something that Tetra 3D should kind of allow you to do, but I can't think of an easy way to do it. Let me think. Let me get some music, a different song. Okay. So in order for Tetra 3D, let's approach this from the other angle. If Tetra 3D were to allow you to do this kind of in the framework, it would have to know which vertices there were, it would have to be able to animate across the sprite sheet, like Go A Sprite does. We'd have to define the animation in Blender for Tetris 3D to then import to like make it happen. So there's not really an easy way to do this. TDK says, check if Blender Animal exposes the data we could use. I don't know about Animal. I haven't used it, but let's check it out. Animal. Toolbox animation tab. Yeah, I don't know how to use Animal. Let's see, can I just like... No. Let me check. Tutorial video. I'm looking it up on my other screen. It doesn't really say too much about how it works. Like it's all videos. I don't know why nobody just makes articles anymore. Like I know why, but like it'd be cool if they... Okay. Let's see. Skip. All right. Okay, so... Oh, it's it's here? Here, okay. UV. I don't see any. I don't see any. Yeah, I don't see any difference. It would really just be this section of his head. Insert. Is it supposed to work? Is it supposed to work? Let's see. All right, so it just works for him. I'm not sure if it's working. Let's see. It's clearly doing something, but it's not doing anything. Oh, it did animate. Where'd it go? Is it not? Oh, it's in the dope sheet. Then this probably won't work. Yeah, it probably won't work. Let's export this though, see what happens. It's definitely taking longer. It definitely took longer, so maybe something did happen. Let's see. Idle. Run. This doesn't have a name. Walk. Yeah, I think it might have exported something. Let's undo this. Don't save. Okay. Let's save this real quick. Re-export. Maybe it did something? Okay, let's try this. We will go to General. Don't save. We will go ahead and animate this cube, I suppose. We will set UVs. We will insert. We will now... This won't work, will it? Let's export to GLTF real quick. Touch 3D. That's fine. We can go back over here. No, it didn't export any animations. Yeah. So I don't think this would work. I don't believe. Let's go to animation real quick. Go to... Let's try this. Let's do this because this might be a little bit more... Okay, so now let's export this as GLTF. Yeah, it doesn't become it. There's no animations. So what it is here, it's not animations. It's not like a... Well, it's in the dope sheet, so that kind of lets you know it's not an animation. It's not an action, so it's not going to be exported. So we can... Well, I don't think we can use this. Yeah, I don't think we can use this. I don't think it'll work. All right, so that's fine. We can't always do everything. Do I need to UV unwrap? Nah, I don't think it. I think it's not gonna export because it's not an action. It's in the dope sheet section. So like I don't think it'll export. We could probably get the data to export it, but at that point, like, you might as well just do it yourself somehow. So what we'll do, because I do kind of want to have lip flaps, and if I use Touch 3D at any point in the future, you know, I'm probably gonna have lip flaps or I'm gonna need some UV animation. So I think what we might end up doing is selecting his face, moving it to a new material. Then it'd be cool if we could just grab the vertex groups to just like grab the face. We could assign the vertex group, assign the face to a vertex group, and then you do it that way rather than using materials. But and we can't, right? I don't think we can. Can we? Does it? There's no information. No, we don't have that information, right? I don't think we have that kind of information. No, okay. The answer is no. All right, so what we'll do... Oh, man. Best Padrino says, sup. Hello. Yeah, so I might add the ability to export vertex groups, because that's very useful to be able to like tag a set of vertices as being a face or, you know, some part of the body or something that you want to maybe influence in some way. or maybe face maps. I'm not sure what the difference between a vertex group and a face map is. They seem to be largely the same thing. Yeah, I don't really get the point, but yeah, so I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to grab the face, move it to its own material slot, then in-game loop through that material slot, and just kick it over. Can it have a separate texture sheet? Yeah, it'll have a separate texture sheet. Maybe I'll make a thing for this. Maybe I'll make a thing in like a function that says like UV slide or something like that. That might be good. But I do want to have the ability to tag faces. Do I really want to do this? Do I want to code this in? I mean, I need to do this somehow. So I guess, I mean, the thing about doing it via material is that you end up making another draw call, which is not a big deal for this, but if you have a lot of like, well, I guess it's not that big of a deal. That's fine. All right. So we'll just do it this way. We will grab his face. I mean, I guess it could be on the same texture map, actually. It doesn't have to be a separate one. Because it just needs to basically cycle back and forth. So we could just do like, give us another like, he just needs maybe like 3 frames for lip flaps. 4. Let me think, hold on. $256. Let's just give him 256. That's fine. All right, and then we'll just go bonk. So I guess what we'll do. Oh, this is gonna be extremely gritty. This is about to be sad, man. This is about to be sad. Okay. This is just Mega Man Legends. Like, this is just... This is about to be gritty. This is about to be gritty. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I guess, I'm going to make a... an object in Tetra 3D specifically for this purpose. It will just basically handle like, it'll basically just handle maybe like you hard coding the animations in, because for the most part, if you're doing UV animations in a game that's, you know, 3D and you need this kind of like texture map, you know, cycling of like a specific set of vertices, you're not going to be dealing with like a super complicated, you know, animation system, you might just want to play an animation at certain times like this, where it's just like play talking when he's talking, don't play talking otherwise. You don't need a lot of control. So I'll probably make an animated texture map object that you can then supply to a mesh part, and then be like, you know, play this part, play this animation, and then stop playing that animation, that kind of stuff. Yeah, start coordinate, spacing, number of frames, that kind of stuff. Start coordinate should be able to be determined. Yeah, it'll just store all the coordinates of the vertices you pass when you create the animated texture. Yeah, so this in general, this is extremely cursed in the best possible way. Okay, so when his mouth opens, we'll need to lower the jaw like this. This isn't going to be super smooth, but that's okay. It just needs to be enough. Okay, that should kind of do it. Cool. We will now make these edits to our character. We'll see if this even works. I don't know if I want to do this for every character. If I want every character to have a, you know, talking lip flap thing, but I kind of feel like you gotta have the lip flap, dude. Okay, so this is the basic concept, and then we'll just cycle through. I guess we don't actually have to. Yeah, I guess that's fine. We'll just put that there. There we go. Save, reload. Okay, cool. All right, so this is the concept. This is I'm an auteur. This man looks so tired. Oh my gosh, dude, he looks so tired. He looks so insanely tired. Like, wow, he looks tired. All right, let's move this. Same thing over here. Oh, whoops, hold on. There we go. There we go. Save, reload. Cool. All right, cool. So we're gonna save this. Snow Bizarro says, I wonder if it would be better to have a separate texture sheet for his face and all other faces, and then the second for his clothes. I think that's how Mega Man Legends did it as well, but we don't. Our texture maps are relatively small. This is, I think, 256 by 128. I think Mega Man Legends was a lot bigger. So it makes, like, they did separate them for that, but I don't think you really need to. It also could have been that their face was a separate model, so that they could easily, you know, loop through all of the models, all of the faces, to traverse it, or to UV animate it, by just looking for the face model for you know, Mega Man, for I can not, well, he's Mega Man, but I can't remember his name. Rockman. I can't remember what is Mega Man's name in Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. It's not Mega Man. I mean, Roll calls him Mega Man, but his name is Volnut. Mega Man Volnut. There it is. Let me see if I can find one example. Okay, so here's the textures resource for Mega Man Legends 2. Tron Bonne when she's disguised. Okay, so according to this, you have basically everything on the same image, but I think there were, like, I think Teasel, because he had a lot of, or maybe different characters, like, had different sized things. It's crazy how, like, simple the textures are. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so I think we should be good with one texture. I think we should be good. All right. So we're good. We're good. We're saving this. We will export this. Cool. Now, yeah. I'm going to do this in here first so I can get it working, and then I'll kind of move it over to Tetra 3D. This will be an animated texture. Let me actually not do it this way, now that I think about it, because for a material, the texture is a direct thing here. So we'll make a texture package texture swept. Unknown field data. Okay, let's go back to here. Texture, this stuff can go into the texture. Right, texture. There we go. Okay, there we go. Material's good. All right, camera. When we go over here, there's texture is not equal to nil. So if you have a texture, that means that it does have an image. There's no situation where you could have a texture and not an image. Okay, so texture dot image dot. Okay. Okay. Image. Okay. Oh, let's. All right. So this is more or less it. Texture equals. There. Else Oh, that is a possibility. If we have a path, then the texture does exist, but the path is just a path to an image, and the texture is empty. Okay. So let's go back to camera. Texture is not equal to nil. Okay, so that's fine. Material dot texture. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, all right. Okay. All right, texture path. So I guess this is texture nil, and then texture path. That okay. Sorry. So we did it. We're done basically for that part. So now let's make sure that everything works the same. Everything should still work. Nothing should have changed. Okay. Cool. Now, next, we might need to make an animated texture variant of this. I don't think that's necessary. We could probably just do this maybe with an animation like object. Let's see. Let me think. So the mesh part takes a material. Material takes a texture. So in order to animate it, we would need to modify the vertices. We would need to modify the vertices of the mesh part. Okay. Because UV, I think, is just a two-dimensional, yeah. So should we make a three-dimensional matrix to apply transformations to the UV? That makes sense. Because you might need to like rotate it, you might need to scale it, you might need to move it, right? That's a possibility. All those things are possibilities, right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We won't do this here, because I can't really think of a situation where we would need to. Instead, we will do this in texture. I guess we can make an animation player. These might have multiple textures. Like, you might have... No, we can't put that here. Because multiple materials could point... Same mesh, same texture. Yeah, we... No, wait. No, wait. Because I'm thinking, like, what if you have, let's say, two Goombas, right? And you animate their faces so that they like, scrunch their face when they get stomped on. Their meshes would have to be unique because they're animating differently. Their materials would have to be unique because their texture needs to be unique. Or does it? So I guess we'll just make a separate thing for animating the... Okay, yeah, we'll make a separate thing. Then we didn't need to do this, did we? Yeah, I don't think we do need to do this. I think instead we can make an animated texture player that loops through all of the vertices of a mesh part, or I guess all the vertices you give it, stores their original positions. Then you can define offsets. Then when you play, you update it, it slides each vertice's UV values to be the original plus the offset. And then we're done. So we don't need the texture to be like this. I don't really mind if it's like this. I suppose this is fine. I probably should have done this at some point. And this allows different materials to share textures. But it wasn't really that necessary to begin with. Do I want texture to be its own thing? Yes, I suppose, because you might have multiple textures. No, you would never have multiple textures. Never mind. This is unnecessary. I think it's unnecessary. Let's go back. Fortunately, there wasn't that much changes. Oh, whoops. We already undid everything. Yeah, I think that's good. We don't need texture after all. Where's the LTF? Okay, let's close this. LTF.go. Okay, let's undo this. Yeah. That's probably for the best. For now. We don't need it. Instead, we'll make an animated texture player. Because this is kind of like a lot of PS1 games. It's kind of like important. Like it's kind of like you might. I guess we could just put in an animation actually. Animation's kind of complicated. Kind of does a lot. I guess this is fine. Okay, so type struct animated texture player. Oops, wrong. There we go. Player. So I don't have to do this here in Tetra 3D. I can do this anywhere. But anyway. So we don't even need the image, but I guess we'll take it. Avton.image. Alright, so and then we also will need the vertices. Okay, so something like this. Range, verts, offsets, vert equals vector dot vector, or I guess just vert dot UV. Hold on. There we go. Update 64. Okay. Uh, all right. All right, so something like this. So player dot animations animation name. This. Yes. Yes. All right. Name. Oops. Animation name. Player dot playhead. Should be 0. DT player dot nil player dot playhead plus DT. This is a little different, I think, than my animation player here. I think animation player takes an actual animation, not just the name. Yeah. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to define the animation? Well, you're going to create the animation and then pass it on. You're going to create the animation and then put it, let's see. So you create it and then when you call play, you pass it in, or do you define it? No, I guess it's better that you don't define it here, because that allows you to hold the animation elsewhere. Because each player shouldn't have this, because this might be shared among multiple animation. Yeah, okay. So instead, you don't define it, you can make a new one. All right. Right. I guess name could be useful. All right, so define doesn't do anything. Okay, so play, you now take animation. Animation, strings, and but that's different from this, doesn't it? Current animation. Oh no, it does. It is. Okay, never mind. All right. So this should basically be it. If animation's not gonna do this, nil. This. Okay, so the offsets are frames. Oh, that might not be a good idea. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Because generally, I can't. Well, you might want a frame to be of a different timing, right? You might want different timings for different frames. You might want different timings for different frames. You might want different timings for different frames. You might want different timings. Like, maybe. But I guess this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. So then we say for revert and range. Let's offset add player dot animation dot offsets playhead G. Okay, so if I was gonna lint that player dot animation offsets offset minus equal lint animation offsets. Okay. Index offset must be integer. Is it? Oh. For offset, this is play offset. Okay, so something like this should kind of work. Okay. Player direction 0. Okay. All right, so this should kind of do it. I think this should kind of do it. So now, let's test it out. Also, I just realized I still have a couple more things to do. Now, here we're setting the offsets directly. So, for example, we would say the offset for his face is 0, and then you move it over by 0.5, and then 0.625, 0.75, something like that. Like 0. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see if this works, because this might be better. Because this is a little like image size agnostic, where it doesn't really matter what the size of the image is. We just are setting this stuff like that. And it, I mean, if you look at it, it looks looks like it'll work pretty well. Okay, so let's try it. So I'm going to store these animations out here, I guess. Something like this. So I guess actually it would be... So I guess it would be a texture animation. There we go. Let's go back over here. Yeah. This would be a texture animation. This would be a texture player. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Let's see how this works. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is a lot of like thinking, but we'll see if it actually works. So new texture animation. We don't need to give it a name, right? Because we're giving it a name here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, talk is going to be 24. Can we just do like, oh, okay. Let me think. It'd be cool if we didn't have to like do this, because like if you do this, then you can do like this. Yeah, like you can do this, which is a little easier, I think, visually than doing this all the time. This is definitely easier. So maybe I will not have this for simplicity. Although I guess we could do it this way. Yeah, something like this. Offsets I equals vector. Let me think here. Plus b plus b2. Like new, like unlike new makes return time. Type. Slice. The size specifies the length. The capacity of the slice is equal to its length. Different capacity must be no smaller than the length. Okay, so we'll go with that. So 0 length. And then we can just say offsets. Carl says, I was AFK, how's it going? I'm pretty close. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close. I'm just gonna do this because it's not that big of a deal. Readability is important here. Okay, so offsets, vector offset values I plus 1. Yeah. Okay, so then now when we do this, reload a window. So I think this might be better because now instead of taking vectors, this takes the values. So you can just do that. So talking is 0, 0, and then 0.5. Let me... There we go. Okay, so 0, 0, 0.50, 0.625. I still like this method better. Yeah, I still like that method better. So we won't do that. You make it. So instead of this, now it's this. Offsets first in the thing. Yeah, that up. FPS is 0, 1, and then offsets. Talk 24, and it's there we go. This is good. All right, so offsets, you got 0, 0, and then you got 0.50, and then you got 0.6250, then back to 0, 0, and this should track, and then here, 0.625, 0.75. Something like that. Okay. Eboat Wright says, hello, Solar. Hello. Welcome to the stream. All right. So this is something, this is interesting. We will store this in globals. Something like that. Oh, okay, so you don't have to do that. You can just say, oh, that's nice. Cool. Can we put this directly here? We can. Cool. All right, so this is our face animations. Okay, so now... This is so bonkers, but if this works, I'm gonna be pogging, man. You better believe it. So we are going to put our character's face on the fourth. Really, we could just put it on the first, I guess. That's fine. It just has to be alone. Okay. So we're going to put it on its first slot. So the first slot is the face slot. Okay. Yeah, it would definitely be useful to have vertex groups or face maps for this. I'm probably going to implement that off camera. But for now, this will work. So the idea here is pretty simple. I don't think it's pretty simple, but let's see. So first thing, we're going to need the player. So texture player. New player, new text player. Do we need the image? We don't actually need the image, do we? No. All right, we don't actually use the image. Okay. So we need the vertices though. So we're gonna say npc dot. Well, I guess we'll do it out here. Children recursive dot bind type. Okay, so model dot mesh. Okay, so here's the vertices. All right. All right, let's see if this works. Let's just see if this works. Let's just see if this works. All right, it didn't crash, which is good. Not crashing. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I just want to make sure it's actually being created here. Because I'm like, is this going to work? Okay, it looks like it did. It did work. So we're going to try this. Let's see if this works. Okay, it's not working. This is so weird. Okay, MVC texture player dot play. All right, so we're playing it. Play animation playhead is 0. Okay, animation language nil. Playing. Okay, we have to set playing to be true. Okay, let's see. This is so weird, man. This is so weird. Is it gonna crash? No? Is it working? Yo, look at that. Yo, that's crazy. It's like, I think it's working. It's just, it's on the wrong thing. All right, so. Oh, I didn't export it. That's what the issue was. All right, if this works, oh man, you won't be able to stop me, bro. Oh, his head is doing it. Oh my gosh. Yo. Oh my god. Alright. I'm laughing like an idiot. Yeah, we don't need his whole face to be there. We just need his face. His whole head. We just need his face. So this. can go here. We grab just the face. Are we grabbing just the face? Yeah. Okay. And we put that on the first slot. Yes. Yeah. Also, what's up with this? Okay. There we go. Save. Export. Solar the SolarLune. Just copy the frame on top of the old one. I was thinking, no, it never works. Yeah, okay. All right, so this is so wild. All right, but the cool thing is that if we by doing it this way, we can copy this same talking animation, texture animation, and use it for like the neighbor. We can just put it on the same direction, the same dimensions, and put his face over, you know, just like this, and we can just copy the same animation, the same texture animation. So that's cool. We will export this. I think the animation timing was messed up. Let's take a look at that real quick. So DT times FPS, is that right? Or should it be divided by? Divided by. All right. I think that's right. Now he's always talking. You can't tell, but yeah, he's always talking. So let's take a look. What happened? What happened? It was so close. It was so close. All right. All right, so it's the fourth one. Third one. Okay. All right, save, export. Definitely should work. Okay, export it fine. I think this should work. Am I wrong? Did I do something wrong? No. I forgot that I have to fix that. Is anything else animating on his body? No, nothing else seems to be. He has a hole in his skull. Like in his head at the back, there's just like an empty space. Yeah, okay. It's just like, yeah, there's genuinely just like an empty space in the back of his head. Let's kick this forward a little bit. There we go. All right, let's export this. I'm wondering. All right, here's what we're going to do. Base. I'm gonna do this just temporarily because I want to see if it's possible. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Okay, so construction worker face is it. This is the vertices, the correct set of vertices, but for some reason it's not animating. Did I rename the animation or something? No? Okay, so the animation does exist. Playing is true. Okay. Also, this is very wasteful. I'll have to fix that later. Okay, so it is playing. I'll fix that now. OG. player.uv0 equals OG offset 0 plus player.animation.offsets play offset. Oh, wait, it must be this. DT divided by FPS. So DT, let's see. Because if your DT is, let's say the FPS is 1, right? So it's 1. So that means your playhead is 0, and then in 60 frames, it's 1. So it advanced by 1. If it's 2, then it's, yeah, okay, I guess this is right. I guess it was divided was just incorrect. Okay. But for some reason, 24 FPS seems like it was playing back really fast. Maybe it's not that fast. Let's go back and fix this. Let's say instead of 24, let's say it's 12 FPS. But I think we're there, guys. I think we're there. I think I might be cracked. Oh, that is. Okay. So how do we now make it so that he only is talking when he's talking? How do we do that? I don't know, man. We do that by like we can't just do that in code. I would normally just be like, oh yeah, we can just set the code, like just do it here. But we don't have the ability to like start the playing. We can do this. And then we could go like that. But then he'll keep talking even when the text is over, and I don't want that. You can check for the dialogue trigger, yeah. Bond the Dead says, yo, finally caught one live. That must mean you're getting close to wrapping up. Yeah. MK says, how did you create your assets for the game? A sprite, renoise. Renoise is what I use for music. A sprite is what I use for graphics, and Blender, of course, for 3D models. Let's see. Event.wait. Okay, wait until. Okay. Play. Idle. Talk idle. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to wait for I'll have to check for the dialogue trigger. So I think what I'll do is do something like this. So that the NPC object can check to see if it's I mean, I guess I could spawn a go routine that does this. That basically just like checks. No, that's entirely way too much. We'll just do something like this, I guess. Then we'll go over here, talking. And this is just fine for now. Talking. All right, so if you're talking, talk. If you're not, don't. I guess I'll do it this way. Yep. Yep. Okay, so playing. So you're playing the talking animation update and busy talking and global UI system. Okay, something like that should basically work. Let's take a look. Let's see if it works. This is so close to being sick, dude. This is so close to being, like, there. I think instead of done, I need to, I guess ready to advance? Yeah. Also... close... Okay, I guess I'll do it this... I guess this is fine. Alright, so I think we're there. Let's push up the volume and let's see if this works. Okay. I still have to animate him. But this is Pog, dude. This is actually insane. This is just like actual, like, this is just an actual game. Yeah, I need another set of samples for different characters. Ugh. Well, I still have to make this bigger. I still have to make the texture for this bigger. It's too small. It's too chunky. I still have to do so much, but it's getting so good. It's getting so good, dude. It's getting so fog. It's getting so sick. It's getting so sick, dude. It's insane. All right, let's go. Let's go. It's been fun. It's been real. I've been SolarLune. Carl Otto said, so when can I play this on a Steam Deck? Once I get a Steam Deck. Basically, you'll be able to play it on a Steam Deck once I get a Steam Deck, which is Q2, I believe. Hopefully, maybe. I think it's early Q2, hopefully. So that might be like April. Once, maybe I'll have it done by April, and then I'll be able to put it on the Steam Deck, and you'll be able to play it on the go. It'll be great. Liam says it's insane how immersive it is, and that every bit is programmed to yourself. You have all the power. Yeah, yeah. I like it, man. I don't know, something about making something yourself, something about having the API do what you need it to do, and not have it do other things. It's just like it's clean. It's not as simple as it could be, but it's not bad. This will be simplified. We can definitely have it where excuse me. I can definitely have it where we store the vertex. Maybe I can have it where we store the vertex where you can store either vertex groups or face maps. And maybe I'll do face maps because that way people would rarely, I think, want to access like certain vertex groups. Like if you're making a model, like if you have a set a model animated, you probably don't want to access its vertex groups in general, just because that's how you're animating the character with bones. So I don't see the utility of that, but I could definitely see the utility of accessing a specific set of vertices, and that's where maybe face maps could come in. So we'll see. I have to look at what the difference is between face maps and vertex groups, like why you would use one and not the other. But once we do that, then we can take this code out and just search the mesh for the face map, or search by face map or whatever, search by name, whatever the case is. And then that will be simplified even more so, and we'll be able to repurpose this for this dude. But now the player also needs to talk, I guess. And if we have everybody talking, then we probably don't need the portrait for the player himself in the corner. I don't know. Like, when you're looking at this kind of detail, I don't really see the need to have like a little portrait. You're looking at the guy. Like, I don't think you really need like a little portrait that says like that shows his face. So I have to think about if I even want portraits anymore. Since I'm doing this, which is not that much more work, I still have to animate a portrait. It's just now it's a little easier because it's just like the face rather than the entire like everything about the character. Carl says that's when you get mine. Get yours. Q2. Okay, yeah. I feel like mine. I think somebody like said like Q1 is a certain group, a certain time period. Q2 is a certain time period. Q3 is a certain time period. Like if you ordered the day of, or later. And I think for me, I think it'll be in April sometime, hopefully. So we'll see. I'm very jazzed. I'm very eager to get my hands on a Steam Deck and try it out. It seems like a great handheld, and it just seems like it'll work really well. All right. The hat does not need to be its own thing anymore. The hat can exist. Yeah. And the face will also be its own thing eventually, or be pushed back into probably here. But yes, this is good. This is very good. I am happy with this outcome. I am eager to keep working on it. I just, the more I work on it, the easier it gets to work on it, and the more fun it becomes to work on it. To the point where it's just like, man, this is gonna be sick. It's gonna be fun. Liam says, "Have you seen Aperture Desktop?" I've seen that it exists, but I haven't played the game. I don't know if I'll play it before I get a Steam Deck. I kind of want to try it there, I guess, if I'm gonna try it, and I do think I want to try it. So I think I want to wait until I have the deck so I can, try it the way that I think intended. But anyway, good progress. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for watching. It's been fun. We've managed to get a pretty good amount of things done, even if it's not. It took a little time for the depth buffer issue, but we managed to get animated UV maps, which is kind of, it's not hard, but it's something that's kind of important. And I think we did it in a way that should allow us to easily repurpose it for other characters and other things. So it's not just for this guy, which is great. So we can just, animate this guy, animate the player, and it should all kind of work the same. Yeah, so it's been real. It's been fun. TJK says you officially have something most engines don't support. Really? Really? I don't know about that. Hopefully that's not the case. Like because Godot has the ability to do UV animation. Sure, I'm sure. Like there's no way that like even Godot. No, you got to be kidding. Of course, Godot has. Like, of course, right? Like you're not out of the box, really? That's crazy. That's insane. You can animate so much in Godot. I'd have to. I'm sure that somebody, like if somebody was doing what I was doing in Godot, like making this kind of game, I'm sure that they you know, like, well, there's a lot of PS1 games coming around, so they're probably gonna add that. If it's not in there, they probably would add that pretty quickly. I feel like, given how popular PS1 games have become in the last like 3 years, 4 or 5 years. It feels like UV animation is something that's kind of indispensable for low poly games. But yes, this has been fun. It's been real. I have enjoyed working today. Add what? UV animation. Now I'm animating this character's face. That's TJK says that Godot doesn't support it. I don't think. I'm sure. I feel like they must. Surely they support it. Surely Godot supports UV animation. That's. It just feels like such a weird thing not to support. But yes, it's been fun. It's been real. I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time. I'm gonna grab something to eat and probably work on this a little bit more at some time. Yeah, you can definitely animate UV points. Yeah, I'm sure you can animate UV stuff in Godot. There has to be. There has to be. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. It's been fun. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, if you want to support development, check out the links in the description. Patreon, Itch, Steam, my Discord. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time. See ya.